Hi, I'm Hamish and this is Lockie and we're from Forage Farms and we're going to give you a tour around our farm today. We just released a video about Forage Farms in our story and we've had a lot of questions about how we do things here. So we're going to do a couple of little videos to show you around the farm and answer all those questions. So these are our grower pigs. So they're being raised to feed our customers. At the moment they're in a paddock here. This is how they live all the time. They've got their shade shelter there which provides shade and it's also where their water is. Food, we give them food twice a day in the form of a grain pellet which is good for their growth, and then along with that they have whatever they feel they want to eat in the paddock here. And then they get moved depending on the season and their growth and what we're wanting to achieve in our paddocks. They can get moved generally fortnightly, but sometimes faster and sometimes slower. And they're raised here from little piglets in the paddock when they're born all the way through to when they're finished. The vast majority of pork produced in Australia is grown in a shed. So the pigs aren't outside roaming free here. They're all locked in little sheds, densely packed together, without any ability to forage for whatever they want in the paddock. They just get what they are fed. And for pigs, that's not right. They're designed to be omnivores like us, so they want to have a bit of everything. And they also are quite intelligent animals, so they like to be able to be outside, testing and playing with things and just being natural, you know, getting to look at things. So when they're like this, it gives them the ability to do that. Some of the common questions we get, one is, what do the pigs eat? So our pigs are on a grain ration. Pigs are designed to be able to consume grain, unlike cattle and sheep. Their digestive system is able to break it down. So they're on a grain pellet that they get fed, which is what gives them the growth rates we need to finish them. Usually the grain pellet is made up of majority wheat, but it depends on the season and how our grain farmers are going. And then along with other micronutrients and proteins to make sure they get everything they need. And then on top of that, whatever we have in our paddocks at the moment that they want to eat, whether that be roots or grasses or herbs or whatever they feel like, is also there for them to choose, which is why the pasture raised system works so well, because animals have the ability to have whatever they want. So when we as humans think that they need just whatever's in their grain ration and then that's exactly what they need, it doesn't work like that. An animal is the only thing that knows what it needs. So providing them with the grain and everything else in the paddock, depending on the season and how they're growing and whatever their body tells them that they need, they can go and look for, which is why pasture raised works so well. These are our pasture raised sows, and they've also got a couple of piglets in here at the moment. These little guys are about 4 weeks old, roughly. So they're born out here in the paddock. We've got a shade shelter, and in the distance over there you can see one of our farrowing huts that they were born in, but we have those there for the sows if they choose. Majority of the time they prefer to go out and pull out some of this long grass and make their own nest, which is how a pig would have its babies if it was in the wild. It would build a nest out of straw and cozy up in there for a couple of days while she was giving birth. So yeah, these little guys will be with their mum for at least 8 to 12 weeks, depending on weaning times, and then they'll all come together into the yards and they'll get separated from mum, and she'll be next door to them for a couple of days while they get used to not having her. But by that age they're sort of sick of their mums anyway and they're ready to leave the house. So they're out here. We've got a couple more sows which are down the back there probably in the grass grazing, that are about to have piglets too, but not quite there yet. And these girls, like our growers that we showed you in a previous video, are moved rotationally like everything else on here, and again depending on the seasons and what we're wanting to do.
Thanks for watching. If you've got any questions, please go to our social media. We're always happy to answer as many questions as you have, so check them out.